going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Enjoy huge savings on our complete lineup of GMC Sierras and GMC Terrains. Full-size and powerful GMC Sierra at $13,500 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Drive away in the stylish GMC Terrain as low as $395 a month. People from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile!
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
For your surprisingly great race, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Perdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Area Contest Baseball 7A in the state of Alabama. We're at Smiths Station, Alabama this afternoon as the Panthers play host to their rival from just right down the road, the Opelika Bulldogs, in a big area contest in 7A baseball in the state of Alabama. Opelika comes in just a couple of games over 500. Smiths Station, I believe they are now 9-16 on the year, but they throw that out as these two teams face each other, being neighbors in Lee County. Mike Peacock, I'm along with Ricky Rogers, producing this afternoon. A beautiful, absolutely beautiful afternoon. Slight breeze blowing here in Smiths Station. And They're about to announce the starting lineups for both teams, and we'll take a quick break once we get through the starting lineups. We'll take a quick break at the end of the starting lineups, and we'll come back. I'm going to be quiet and see if we can hear the starting lineups on the PA system.
At shortstop, number 7, Hank Hudson. Designated hitter for Opelika, number 40, Jack Miller. At first base, number 19, Sawyer Rollins. In center field, number 3, Warner McDonald. In right field, number 44, Trey Stone. At third base, number 4, Bryce Turnham. At catcher, number 16, Caleb Peoples. In left field, number 1, Carson Hulsey. And on the mound, number 9, Asher Rudd. And now, your Smiths Station Panthers starting lineup. Leading off in center field, number 8, Hunter Well. On the mound, number 2, Kanan McDonald. At shortstop, number 12, Evan Long. At third base, number 9, Eddie Martinez. At first base, number 19, Hunter McGraw. In left field, number 6, Benton Hardy. Our designated hitter for the evening, number 17, Cohen Watkins. In right field, number 21, Mason Long. At second base, number 1, Jacob Harris. And catcher, number 4, Ken Cole.
And we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Smiths Station, once again, I'm Mike Peacock with producer Ricky Rogers on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're about to get underway here in the Carroll-Purdue State Farm first inning of today's game. Kanan McDonald on the mound for Smiths Station. The last time I was here, Kanan McDonald was pitching a gem into the fourth inning when the rains came and interrupted that game. They were ahead in that contest, and we didn't get to finish that one, so it was an official game. They were up to 3-0, I believe, and McDonald was spinning a gem for sure. And now he faces area foe Opelika from right down the road. The Bulldogs come in at 15-14, just a game over 500. Smiths Station again at 10-18. Neither one of these teams having probably the year that they would like to have, but still very, very competitive and trying to keep themselves alive for playoff consideration as we get toward the latter half of the season here, winding down toward playoff time. Leading off for the Bulldogs will be second baseman Cy Siggers, right-handed hitter. Kenny McDonald is a right-hander. And we're about to be underway. First pitch on the way from McDonald is a strike. No, I'm sorry. I assumed, and I got to quit doing that. We've got a pretty good angle of the plate. That was a nice pitch, but it was called a ball a little bit up. So 1 ball, no strikes. Wind blowing a little bit toward left field. That one is popped up in the infield. Eddie Martinez calls for it in foul territory, and he's going to make the play and 1 away. So 2 pitches. And there's 1 out here in the first inning. And that'll bring up Hank Hudson. And he looks at strike 1. There's ball 1 in the dirt. 1-1 the count, 1 away. Second batter of the game, Kanan McDonald steps on, gets his sign from his catcher, Ben Cole. The delivery, up and away for ball 2. And after a batter and a half, it's obvious the umpire is not going to call the high strike today. Two-one pitch on the way. Fastball, up and away again, 3 balls and a strike. The wind picking up a little bit at times, and then it calms down. The 3-1 pitch, up high, ball 4. And that'll put a runner at first base. And that will bring up Jax Miller, the designated hitter for the Bulldogs. These next 2 hitters, I believe, probably are also offensive linemen for the Bulldog football program. Miller, right-handed hitter. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Runner at first, big lead over there. McDonald goes over. Fairly close, but he gets back. McDonald into the stretch. Throws over again. Much closer play this time, really close. Good swipe tag over there by Hunter McGlawn. Almost picked him on that one. He's maybe a step less on his lead this time, but still a sizable lead. That ball up and away for ball one. Big lead again. Throws over. This throw is a little bit higher. Couldn't get a tag down that time. Hank Hudson over at first. Breaking ball up, stays up. Good jump by Hudson, and he's going to steal second base. Dancing around out at second, the 2-1 pitch down low, 3-1 now. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. 3 balls and 1 strike, the count. The pitch, fouled back. That was right down the middle. Challenged him right there with a fastball, and batter was late. So it's 3-2. 1 away. Runner at second base. We're in the top of the first. The pitch, breaking pitch, stays high. And he's going to go to first base. The second walk of the inning. And that'll put runners at first and second now for Sawyer Rollins, the first baseman, another good-sized young man. As I said, probably a guard and a tackle there, hitting back-to-back in the order. Left-handed hitter, first left-handed hitter of the lineup so far for Opelika. And he'll stand in. Hitting cleanup for the Bulldogs. The pitch, fouled off. That one's going to get out of play. Twists over behind the dugout. Runners at first and second. 1 out. If you're interested, the Atlanta Braves are leading the Los Angeles Angels 8-2 in the top of the 7th inning out in California. Day game today. The 0-1 pitch. That one's fouled off the left side again. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. McDonald working ahead here on the big first baseman. The 0-2 pitch coming. Ground ball out to shortstop. Evan Long is going to let that one get off the heel of his glove. A lot of spin on that ball. It was hit off the end of the bat. And when it contacted his glove, it just kind of spun up his glove and went off the heel, and everybody is safe. And that's going to load the bases here. Let's see, we've got a problem over at third base with the bag. They're doing a little work over there. It looks like the anchor that holds it might have an issue over there. They got the bag out of the ground right now. Eddie Martinez brought something over to the coaching staff. And let's see. So we're in a little bit of a timeout here while they get that repaired. I think they just need to get the digger tool and dig out the hole. There it is. Yep. If you've ever done field maintenance in your life, you know exactly what they've got right there. It's just a long blade, and it fits perfectly down into that square hole. And sometimes the dirt will collect down in there, and it won't let the post of the base go all the way down and hold it in. They've got that fixed now, and we're about to be back to action. Warner McDonald, the center fielder, is going to step in with the bases loaded. We have no hits yet for Opelika in the inning. They have a pair of walks and an error that have loaded the bases. You got Hank Hudson at third, Jax Miller at short, or at second. And there's a base hit. That's ripped down the line into the left field corner. One run is in, 2 runs are in. The third run is coming around, and he will score. So a base clearing double on the first pitch to Warner McDonald, and he is going to give Opelika the lead. And there's ball 1 to Trey Stone, the right fielder. We're at the 6th hitter in the order here. And attempting to steal there and thrown out was Warner McDonald. And it is 2 balls and no strikes on Trey Stone. And there's a strike. And then there's strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now, 2 outs. Nobody on base for Opelika. They lead at 3-0. And that one's fouled up and away back over our heads. That ball's ripped up the middle on the 3-2 pitch. Solid single for Trey Stone. 2 balls now, no strikes to the hitter, Bryce Turnham, the third baseman. Stone at first base, 2 outs. McDonald trying to get out of this first inning. And there is a strike over the outside corner at the knees. That one stays high again. 3 balls and a strike. Most of the pitches that McDonald's missed with here in the first inning have been up in the zone. And he's at 3-1 on the number 7 hitter in the Opelika order. Stone gets a lead at first. The pitch from McDonald fouled off the right side, out of play, and another full count with 2 outs. Stone will be off on this pitch at first base. And McDonald hoping to make a good pitch here and get something going. Get out of this inning so his offense can get to the plate. And that one just off the plate outside. McDonald thought he had strike 3. And that's going to bring a visit from the pitching coach for Smiths Station. And there is ball 1. McDonald again having to get used to the umpire strike zone. He's not going to give the upper side of the zone. He's not giving too much on the outside corner. That one's up and away. And McDonald was looking down. Catcher threw it back to him. And he was lucky that one didn't. The throw back from the catcher didn't hit him right there. He was doing a little manicuring with his feet, wasn't looking at the catcher. The catcher just returned the ball sort of instinctively. Backing up out at second base. The pitch on the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike. Caleb Peoples, the catcher, is the batter. Dancing around out at second base is Trey Stone. The pitch up, ball 4. So still having trouble, and this looks like it might be a pitching change here already in the first inning. McDonald just not having a good day so far. Let's see. Ricky, let's take a break right here for the pitching change. We'll tell you who the new pitcher is, and we'll tell you about some other position changes when we come back here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone. At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3.
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
Yeah, we are. And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this, come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
Back here at Smiths Station, the new pitcher is left-hander Mason Long. He comes out of right field. Kanan McDonald will go to second base, and I believe, we're going to check this just to be sure, but I believe Jacob Harris has moved from second base out to right field, so he will take the place of Mason Long in right field. And the left-hander will take over here with the bases loaded and 2 out in the top of the first inning. Opelika has 3 across, and if Long is hoping to do his job right here and hold them right there. So the lefty is towed up. Now he's going to step off. Opelika looking to kind of get out to a bigger lead here if they can. Take advantage of this in the first inning. Long delivers. Down low for ball 1. Pitch at the knees, strike 1. And that ball hit in the air out to center field. Hunter Whale calls for it, and he'll put it away, and that'll put Opelika away with no further damage in the first inning. So a good job by Mason Long coming on to get the 3rd out of the inning. So in the top of the Carroll Purdue first inning. Carroll Purdue State Farm first inning here at Smiths Station. Opelika pushes across 3 runs. We go to the bottom of the first. We'll be back in just a little bit on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Planet Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Now batting, number 8, Hunter Well.
And we're back here at Smiths Station, bottom of the Carroll Purdue State Farm first inning. Opelika with 3 in the top of the first, and Hunter Whale leads off for Smiths Station. Whale is going to dump that one off his hands, and it's going to be run down in shallow right field by the second baseman. And Kanan McDonald will stand in. Now playing second base. So like Opelika, the leadoff hitter was out. Asher Rudd, a right-hander, on the mound for Opelika. He comes in with ball 1 to McDonald. And there is strike 1 at the knees on the outside corner. The pitch. Hit hard. That's a fair ball off the bag. It's going to get into right field. McDonald's going to make the turn, and he's going to head for second base. Throw coming into the bag, and he's going to beat it. A double off the first base bag for Kanan McDonald, and that'll make him feel better. So runner in scoring position with 1 out here for Long, the shortstop, Evan Long. And he looks at ball 1. So McDonald skips a hard hit ball off the bag and into right field and legs it out for a double. And Evan Long looking to make something happen at the plate here. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Rudd. That's bounced over to the right side. Away. It's off the first baseman's glove. And rounding second and rounding third, and coming in to score is Kanan McDonald. Big first baseman went to his right. He's a left-handed first baseman. He went to his right in the hole. It would have taken a really good play to record an out on that play. Excuse me. And it went off the end of his glove and away from the second baseman who was coming over to back up. That allowed Kanan McDonald to score, so it's an RBI single for Evan Long. And already Smiths Station has cut into the Opelika lead here. And Eddie Martinez turns on that one and rips it foul down the third baseline for strike one. Martinez, good-sized young man himself. Good power. He holds up. A little bit of a check swing at a breaking pitch there. We were talking before the game. I was talking with Ricky, and we've got a three-man umpiring crew. Usually we just see a two-man crew in most high school games. We've got a three-man crew today. Throw over to first. Not close at all. And there's a drive out to center field by Martinez. It's deep. It stays in the ballpark, and it's gathered in out there in center field for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Hunter McGlawn, the first baseman. We mention this every game, but Hunter McGlawn had a dramatic walk-off home run against Beauregard earlier this season to win that game. And he hits this one out toward right center field. It's sinking, but the center fielder is going to run it down for the third out. So center fielder Warner McDonald, busy man on those last two hitters, and he records the third out. So that's the end of the Carroll Purdue State Farm first inning of play here at Smiths Station. It's Opelika 3, Smiths Station 1. We'll be back for the second inning in just a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Back here at Smiths Station, top of the second inning. And Opelika will send the top of the order back up. Inside Siggers. First pitch to him is a ball, and he's going to drive this one out to left field, but it's going to sink. Tell you what, that crosswind, I believe, is knocking the ball down a little bit. That ball would look like it was hit hard, but it did maybe have some topspin on it, and it kind of died out in left field. And that is the first out of the second inning, and that brings up Hank Hudson. Hudson walked, stole a base, and scored back in the top of the first. Delivery from Mason Long. Popped up, foul. It's going to get out of play over here just at the end of the bleachers on the right side. And it's 0-1. Long doing the job coming in relief here. Good breaking pitch there. Didn't get a swing, and it is a ball. It stayed low. Excellent pitch right there from Mason Long. Throw that one with 2 strikes, you're probably going to get a strikeout or a weak ground ball. And this one's down in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike now. The 2-1 pitch, hit hard. Martinez knocks it down, picks it up, throws across strong, but he just beats it. And that's an unfortunate error right there, as Eddie Martinez made a nice recovery, but he took a little bit too long to get rid of the throw. When he did, he rifled it, and it was a shot across the infield, and it was perfect. But Hank Hudson was able to beat that one out. And so an error on Eddie Martinez gives Opelika a base runner here in the second with 1 out. That brings up Jax Miller. He also walked and scored back in that first inning. And he swings and fouls this one straight back over us. And it's 0-1. And throw over to first. McLaughlin grabs that one before it skips past him over there. A lot of baseball tomorrow here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Runner goes, good throw, little bit late. He got another big jump and another stolen base for Hank Hudson. That's 2 already in the game. Ricky and I will be at Northside tomorrow. Harris County and Northside, a big, big rivalry game over in Columbus. But at least, 3 or 4 more games tomorrow that we're going to have on GASL? So a busy Thursday. Breaking pitch drops in there for strike 2. Excellent pitch from Mason Long. Let's see, we're going to have Westfield at Brookstone for a doubleheader. Shaw at Pacelli. Rehoboth at Russell County. Lee Scott at Glenwood, another big rivalry game. And then some junior college baseball and softball, as well as Northwest Shoals is at Chattahoochee Valley for baseball. And Bevel State is at Chattahoochee Valley for softball. And there's another stolen base, a huge jump that time for Hudson as he steals third. So a busy, busy day on Georgia Alabama Sports Live tomorrow. So 3 stolen bases already in 2 innings for Hank Hudson, and he's at third base with 1 out here, looking to extend the Opelika lead. The pitch stays down. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to the designated hitter for the Bulldogs. Not going to lie to you, Ricky. I would hate to feed this young man. He's a good-sized fella. And here's a pop-up in the infield. Kanan McDonald goes. He spins on it, and the wind took that one away from him, and the run is going to score. That's going to be a base hit. The wind just kept carrying that ball away from Kanan McDonald. It was up high. He was under it, thought he was under it, and the ball kept moving away from him. And anytime you see an infielder circle on a fly ball like he did, you know he might be in trouble. And that one hit about 10 feet from him when it finally came down. And so a single there for Jax Miller. It'll be an RBI. But another unearned run for Opelika, and they take a 4-1 lead. And that brings up Sawyer Rollins, the first baseman. He looks at a breaking pitch up in the zone, 4-1. Rollins, another good-sized young man. As I said, they look like they're a guard and tackle on the offensive line for the Bulldogs in football. Don't know that. And that one's going to get by the catcher. Nope, that's going to nick his jersey. The umpire says that caught his jersey as it went by, and it's going to go down as a hit by pitch. And that'll put runners at first and second for Warner McDonald. He doubled down the left field line and drove in 3 in the first inning. The big hit for Opelika in that first inning. First pitch to him. And he gets hit off his leg there. And so now the bases are loaded with 1 out. Back-to-back hit batters. And that'll bring up Trey Stone. Stone stands in. He had a hard single right up the middle back in the first inning after the runs had scored and after Warner McDonald was thrown out, stealing at third. And he wound up at third base at the end of the inning. And he stands in. First pitch, breaking pitch, stays just off the outside corner, ball 1. That one was close. Not quite enough bite on it, though, to get it over the corner. That's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, down low and away, ball 2. Nowhere to put him for Mason Long. Needs a ground ball or a pop-up here to avoid a run scoring. The 2-0 pitch. Right down the middle, strike 1. Stone, the right fielder, he also looks like a football player as he stands in. The 2-1 pitch. There's a foul ball down the right side. Gets well out of play. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Stone wears number 44. Hank Aaron, Reggie Jackson, 2 guys that I know of that wore number 44 in their professional careers. Usually the mark of a power hitter. The 2-2 pitch on the outside corner with a breaking pitch, strike 3. A big strikeout for Mason Long right there. And that's 2 outs in the inning. And he's got a chance to get out of this thing with only the 1 run scoring. But it's up to Bryce Turnham. Turnham walked back in the first inning. Long delivers. Just off the outside corner. Ball 1. No balls, 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on every bag. There are 2 outs here in the second. Long delivers. There's a fly ball, shallow center field. Kana McDonald's got this one, though, and that'll put him away. So he backs up into the outfield grass and puts away the 3rd out of the inning. So only 1 run after having the bases loaded and 1 out in the second inning for Opelika. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. It is 4-1 Bulldogs. The Panthers are coming to the plate when we come back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
or surprisingly great rates? Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Purdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we're back here at Smiths Station. Asher Rudd completing his warm-up. Asher Rudd, excuse me, completing his warm-up pitches. And Smiths Station will lead it off with Benton Hardy, the left fielder. His first plate appearance against Rudd. Right-hander delivers. Ball a little bit up and away. That's that pitch that hasn't been called today, and the umpire is consistent. And there's strike one on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now. And folks, 1 week from tomorrow, first the pitch, strike 2 on the outside corner. 1 week from tomorrow, we'll have football again here in the Chattahoochee Valley as the Columbus Lions Arena football team will get underway in their season. And there's a ground ball out toward the shortstop. He's going to field, throw across. The throw is high. Gets by the first baseman. He did a good job of rounding that ball off. It was going to take basically a perfect play from the shortstop, Hank Hudson. And, you know, being the official scorer that I used to be for a living, I'm giving him a base hit on that because it would have taken a perfect play to get him. It was a soft hit ground ball, got by the third baseman, and Hudson made a nice attempt and made a strong throw. It was just high, pulled the first baseman off the bag and got by. And that has Cohen Watkins at the plate now. And he takes ball 1 up and away from Rudd. Watkins not behind the plate today, doing the DH duties. That ball down and away for ball 2, 2-0. Benton Hardy on at first base. Leadoff man aboard for the Panthers. And there's strike 1 called. Two balls and a strike. Throw over to first. Not close. Yeah, speaking of that Columbus Lions game, yours truly, Mike Peacock, and Dave Plata will be bringing you the play-by-play action for the Columbus Lions. 2 old guys doing arena football. How about that? Be a lot of fun next Thursday night at the Columbus Civic Center. Hard hit ball, going to get by the third baseman down the left field line. Rounding second and coming into third is going to be Benton Hardy. He's going to slide in there, and a double for Cohen Watkins puts him at second and third for the Panthers with nobody out. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Mason Long. He is the number 8 hitter in the order as the Panthers trying to work their way through the order, the rest of their order for the first time. And Long stands in from the left side, facing Rudd. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Pitch on the way. At the knees, inside corner, strike 1. Excellent pitch from Asher Rudd right there. Rudd has his sign. He's into the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Down low, ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it looks like it's gone final out in Los Angeles. The Braves have defeated the LA Angels 8-2 in that game. The 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. Speaking of the Braves, AA Farm Club, the Columbus Clingstones, opened their season. And they'll be making their regular appearances over at Synovus Field. First win today. Got their first win. And there's a swing and a miss, foul tip into the mitt from Mason Long. And there's one away, and that'll bring up Jacob Harris, the number 9 hitter in the order. Harris started the game at second base. He moved out to right field when the pitching change occurred. Again, runners at second and third. Smiths Station can do some damage right here if they can get a ball in a hole. Wind picking up a little bit as we get a little bit later in the evening here in Smiths Station. First pitch. Shows bunt, fouls it off the catcher. And the catcher kind of took that one in the padding there. I think he's okay. Right at the bottom of his chest protector, I believe. He's kind of rubbing his abdomen a little bit there. Umpire shows some courtesy, gives him a little extra time. So no balls on a strike here to Jacob Harris. They were going to do look like a little safety squeeze there. Try to get a bunt down, see if they could push one of those runs across. The 0-1 pitch stays high. 1 ball, 1 strike. This umpire behind the plate is kind of an old school umpire. He is not going to call pitches much above the belt for strikes. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Strike 2. Good arm side movement on that fastball over the outside corner. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harris trying to do something to get this run, at least 1 run home here. Benton Hardy down at third. Out at second base is Cohen Watkins. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rudd trying to get out of this inning without any damage if he can. The 1-2 pitch coming. Breaking ball off the plate outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A good take right there from Jacob Harris. Waiting on deck is the leadoff hitter, Hunter Whale. Two-two pitch. Breaking pitch gets by the catcher. That's going to get that run home. And over to third base goes Cohen Watkins. So that splits the lead in half here on the wild pitch. And it's 3-2 now to Harris with Watkins at third base. He can draw the Panthers within a run if he can get a base hit into a hole somewhere. Rudd into the stretch. The 3-2 pitch. Ripped down the third baseline, and the runner is going to be caught up here, and he's going to be out on the fielder's choice. Not great base running by Cohen Watkins right there with the ball hit right in front of him. But he got himself in no man's land. And they're 2 away now and Harris would down at first after the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Hunter Whale. In that game, that was Lee Scott and Smiths Station last week. Hunter Whale was 1 for 2 in that game with a run scored against Lee Scott. And there's a soft line drive. A lot of spin on that ball. It sits up, though, for the second baseman. And Whale is retired. And that'll end the inning. So 1 run on a couple of hits for Smiths Station in the second inning. They draw it to 4-2 as we head to inning number 3. And we'll be back here for the inning on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone. At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Back here at Smiths Station, top of the third inning, it is 4-2 Opelika. They lead the Smiths Station Panthers. Mason Long, first pitch ripped off the glove, Eddie Martinez. He's going to pick it up and make the throw, and he got him. What a play by Eddie Martinez. That ball was smoked, and Eddie Martinez got a glove on it, knocked it down, picked it up, and made a strong throw across for the ground out, and Caleb Peoples was retired, and that'll bring up Carson Holsley. Really nice play right there. I'm going to put a star by that one. Breaking pitch for a strike from Mason Long to Holsley. Holsley popped out or flew out to center field to end that first inning. The 0-1 pitch just a little bit low on the outer side of the plate, and it's 1-1. Holsley, the left fielder. The 1-1 pitch off the end of the bat, foul straight back. He was way out ahead of that one. That was an off-speed pitch. And just got basically the end cap of the bat on it. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch off the plate outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Holsey. On deck is leadoff hitter Cy Siggers. And there's a fly ball, foul territory. McGlone calls for it over there, and he's going to glove it. And that's the second out. And Cy Siggers already having his third plate appearance in the third inning. He has popped up to third and flew out to left field so far from his leadoff position for the Bulldogs. He looks at a breaking pitch on the outside corner for strike one. The 0-1 pitch, breaking pitch, misses inside. It was a good-looking pitch. Siggers laid off, and it ended up being a good take. The 1-1 bounced high. Martinez going to grab and throw, and another strong throw from Eddie Martinez. And that's the third out on the ground out to third base. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for Opelika in the third. We go to the bottom of the third inning here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It's 4-2 Opelika.
Going on right now at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Both Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for you. Get supplier pricing today on all new Chevy Silverado 1500s with up to $13,500 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third row seating, and enjoy up to $6,000 off.
Buy today and make no payments for 120 days.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Get ready to smile.
Back here at Smiths Station, bottom of the third inning, the Panthers will send Kanan McDonald, Evan Long, and Eddie Martinez to the plate as the first three hitters. McDonald doubled and scored back in the first inning, one of the two Smiths Station runs. So he's 1 for 1 coming into this at bat. Rudd delivers. First pitch up high for ball one. Rudd working quickly. The 1-0 pitch fouled off the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think the catcher, they used a little communication system, and he indicated to the dugout that he wasn't hearing anything. So now they're going to do hand signals, I think. Now he says he hears it again. Again with 1-1 to McDonald. And there's a breaking pitch. He gets a bat on that one, fouls it back into the net. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Smiths Station chipping away at the Opelika lead. They scored their 4 runs, 3 in the first, 1 in the second. And a defensive foul ball there. Good job by McDonald to stay alive there. Kind of a check swing. And he lives to get another pitch. The 1-2. Breaking pitch down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Absolutely gorgeous Wednesday afternoon in Lee County, Alabama. The 2-2 pitch outside, ball 3. Good at bat going here for Kanan McDonald. The 3-2 pitch ripped out to second base, fielded. Nice play by the second baseman. That ball kind of took a little jump hop on him, and he was able to glove it coming up with the glove, started low to high, and made it look easy there, and that was not an easy play at all. And that'll bring up Evan Long. Long singled. RBI single back in the first inning. So he's 1 for 1. First pitch to him, just off the outside corner for ball 1. Catcher did a nice job trying to frame that one. Made it look good, but it was off the plate. The 1-0 pitch hit hard out to center field, but it's going to die out there. And center fielder actually ends up making a good play because he had to come in. He was on it the whole way, and then all of a sudden it just looked like the ball tumbled on him. And he made the catch coming in. And that's 2 away, and that brings up Eddie Martinez. Martinez flew out deep to center field, his first plate appearance in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to him. Martinez sporting the colorful hot pink batting gloves today. He looks at ball 1 up. The 1-0 pitch down at his shoelaces. 2 balls, no strikes. It bounces up there for ball 3. Tell you what, folks, if you're a fan of college baseball, there is some good college baseball in the state of Alabama this year. Last night, Jacksonville State marched into Auburn and run-ruled the ranked Auburn Tigers. 15-4, I think, ended up being the final score of that one. They have a good team and a local product. That ball ripped in the hole into right field for a single for Eddie Martinez. He's 1 for 2 now. Caleb Johnson, the shortstop for Jacksonville State, is a Phoenix City product, Central High School. And they've got a good, solid baseball team at Jacksonville State. Auburn has a solid baseball team. Alabama has a solid baseball team. Division II ranks, West Alabama having a good year, as are a couple of other teams. And junior college baseball always strong in the state of Alabama. A lot of opportunities for players in the state. First pitch to McGlawn is low and away for ball 1. Left-handed hitter steps in. Rudd takes a look at the runner. The pitch hit foul off the left side. I don't think he's going to have to worry about Eddie Martinez being a threat to steal over there at first base, but he will keep an eye on him. The 1-1. Rip down the first baseline, fair. That's going to get down in the corner. Martinez rounds second. He's going to go to third. And they are going to hold him at third base. McGlawn, big turn around second. Now he's in no man's land. And Eddie Martinez, and that's going to be the third out. McGlawn didn't have his eyes on the third base coach. And he kept going around second base, did not pick up the third base coach, and he's going to be tagged out. He's going to get credit for a double there. And he's going to be out 9-3-4, I believe is what that, if you're scoring, as he overran second base for the third out. So, no runs on a pair of hits for Smiths Station in the 4th inning. And we go to the top of the in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It is Opelika 4, Smiths Station 2. We'll be back in a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3. Woo!
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody. Yeah, we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this. Come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
Back here at Smiths Station, leading off for the Bulldogs will be Hank Hudson, the shortstop. Hudson has reached on an error and walked. He has scored twice and stolen 3 bases already in this game, making his 3rd plate appearance here in the 4th inning. He takes strike 1 on a breaking ball. Another breaking ball. Stays off the plate this time. It's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Breaking pitch 4, strike 2. Broke it in under his hands there. And a nice one. The 1-2 pitch. Did he go? No, he did not. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was a little bit up and away. He almost got the swing. But he laid off, and it's 2-2. Mason Long's done a really nice job since coming in the first inning. And that one's barely gets contact, does Hudson. And he stays alive at 2-2. Pitch on the way. Breaking pitch stays off the plate, covers around the plate there. It was a little bit up in the zone as well. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Hudson. The pitch, ripped down the third baseline, foul. That one chased the umpire out of the way down there. I think he's still breathing a little hard. And we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out to the leadoff hitter here in the 4th inning. The payoff. Hit hard out to second base. Fielded. Kanan McDonald's going to throw across. And for the first time today, Hank Hudson is retired. And that'll bring up Jax Miller. He is 1 for 1 officially. He walked in the first inning and scored, and had the little fly ball single out behind second base back in the 2nd inning. And that was an RBI single, by the way, that got Opelika its 4th run. First pitch to him. Breaking pitch stays outside. The 1-0 pitch, down low and in, ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0, hit hard into the hole, past the shortstop for a base hit. So Jax Miller is 2 for 2 now with a pair of singles, and that'll bring up Sawyer Rollins. Rollins also been on base twice today. He reached on an error in the 1st inning and was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Opelika. And that is going to be Tyler Lancaster, I believe. No, I'm sorry. Jack Brandon. Thank you. I was having trouble reading Jack on this lineup card. It was handwritten, and I couldn't tell what the word was. So Jack Brandon, the pinch runner down at first base for Jax Miller. And Sawyer Rollins will stand in. Takes a breaking pitch on the inside corner, a beauty from Mason Long. No balls and a strike. Rollins reached on the air and then just got nicked in the jersey his last plate appearance. And he scored a run. Throw over to first. Not close. Another throw over. This one closer. McGlawn did a good job. That was a little bit awry, but he caught it and got a tag on the runner. His hands were in there. And despite the throw not being perfect, it was a little bit closer than probably comfort for Opelika. The 0-1 pitch, just off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Three aces across the top of the scoreboard out there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch, swing and a miss, and another good breaking ball from Long. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one had Sawyer Rollins fooled. Flip throw over. Close, but safe. Good lead over there for Brandon. Throws over again. He's back in there safely. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. 2 away there. And the breaking pitches gave Sawyer Rollins fits in that at bat. He's down swinging. That's 2 outs, and that brings up Warner McDonald. And McDonald doubled in the first inning and was hit by a pitch in the second inning, so he's 1 for 1. And he comes up with 2 outs here and a man at first. Throw over. He gets back. The pitch hit out past second base into right center and misplayed out in right field. The runner's going to try to get to third, and he's going to get to second there. So that'll be a single and an error on the right fielder. So that's going to put runners at second and third with 2 out for Trey Stone. And here comes a visit to the mound. For Smiths Station. Let's see, this is probably just a strategy meeting here with runners at second and third. I don't think it's going to be a pitch and change. Mason Long still doing a really nice job since coming in the first inning. But he's going to have to limit Opelika again with 2 outs. He's going to try to have to try to come up with a pitch with 2 outs here to keep him sitting at that 4-run total that they have so far. Rick, if I'm not wrong, we're the only game in town today on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Yep. If you want to tune in to one of the best sports shows around that focuses on high school athletics, tune into the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show tonight. YouTube and Facebook. Thrift Behringer hosting. Not sure if Richard will be with him tonight or not. I'm not sure who he's going to have tonight. Mixing it up a little bit, bringing in some different folks in the GASL family. And now Trey Stone will stand in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Chance to do some damage here with 2 outs. First pitch from Long. Breaking pitch bounces up there, blocked nicely by the Smiths Station catcher, Ben Cole. That's 1 ball, no strikes. Breeze is getting a little chilly here as it gets later here in Smiths Station. It would be perfectly okay if there was no breeze blowing, and that one's ripped over by the Smiths Station dugout. Guys jumping around over there. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch on the outside corner, strike 2. That pitch was the strikeout pitch in Trey Stone's last at bat that got him looking. And Mason Long delivered it again right there, perfectly placed. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Trey Stone. The pitch fouled off, in on his fist. That's ripped down to the Opelika dugout. Might have got a piece of somebody down there. Either that or somebody made a play, one of the coaches. They're having a good time with him down there. So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. 2 outs here in the 4th. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets away from the catcher. He's got to throw him out down at first base and does. And that's the 3rd out. So Mason Long wriggles out of trouble again here in the 4th inning. No runs on 2 hits. There was an error, and 2 runners were left on base for Opelika. It's 4-2. We go to the bottom of the 4th here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Planet Fitness, there's strength in numbers. The number of different workouts to do.
1, 2, 3.
Different clubs to do it in. Friends to do it with.
Looking good, everybody.
Yeah, we are.
And the number of ways to recover from it all.
You got this. Come on.
And it all adds up to one membership. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more, everybody.
We're all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness.
Back here at Smiths Station, Benton Hardy will lead off. He, in his last plate appearance in the 2nd inning, he led off with a single, eventually came around and scored on a wild pitch later in the inning for the 2nd Smiths Station run. He hits that one hard, but foul down by the Smiths Station dugout. And it's 0-1. Asher Rudd still doing a fine job for Opelika on the mound. That one bounced foul again down by the 3rd base coach's box. Coach got a hand on it, couldn't hold it. No balls, 2 strikes. Time called. And that's going to be a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitcher, I believe, it basically was a balk. But with nobody on base, it just becomes a ball in the count. There's a base hit into right field by Hardy. And it squibs toward the right field line, but chased down out there by Trey Stone, and he's going to get it in and hold Hardy to a single. So Benton Hardy, 2 for 2 on the day. That'll bring up Cohen Watkins. He doubled right after the single back in the 2nd inning. And he was thrown out between 3rd and home later in the inning for the 3rd out. The pitch And it got him. So the first two are aboard now for Smiths Station. Single by Hardy, hit by pitch, and Mason Long will come up. And that's going to bring a visit from the Opelika coach. First visit of the game, I believe, for Opelika. Smiths Station trying to put something together here. I would imagine small ball will be played in this at bat. They're going to try to get those runners in scoring position.
Now batting, number 21, Mason Long.
Mound visit is over, and Mason Long will stand in. If I were a betting man, I would bet he's going to be trying to lay a bunt down right here. Third baseman playing in front of the bag, right on the edge of the grass. First baseman is all the way in on the grass as Opelika looks for the bunt here. And a spin, no throw to second base. Little inside move there. Second baseman playing basically behind the bag out there at second base. And the bunt is fouled off over by the Smiths Station dugout. One of those where you got to make sure you get this down. That bunt was in the air. He squared late, tried to hide it as long as he could and squared late. Opelika had the rotation on. Now the first baseman is about 30 feet away, 35 feet away from home plate. Long, the rotation on, bunts at that one and misses, strike two. And the other thing you got to do when you're a hitter right here is you got to bunt strikes. That was probably out of the zone and he reached at it. No balls, two strikes. See if they take it off or if they try to get the bunt down again. The pitch. They take it off. Bounced out to second base. Over to shortstop for one. And he beats it out. And now they're going to have a word to see if there was interference down at second base, I guess. On the slide. The umpire says no, there was nothing wrong with that slide. So Benton Hardy goes over to third, and at first base is Mason Long after the fielder's choice.
Now batting, number 1, Jacob Harris.
And Jacob Harris will come up, the number 9 hitter in the order. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning. Plate umpire making a note. And Harris will step in. Runners at the corners, one out. Smiths Station trying to chip away at this 4-2 lead for Opelika. Harris, he's squaring, pulls it back, and it's ball one, low and away. If he can get the bunt down the first base side, they're going to score a run here. It's a safety type squeeze, so they don't have the runner breaking for the plate immediately. They're going to have to see the bunt down. He squares again, pulls it back, takes strike one. The only way I believe they're going to be able to score a run here is to get it down the first base side. The third baseman is charging hard from third base. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not squaring this time. 2 balls and a strike. Stepping off is Rudd. Trying to get together on the signs here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Into the stretch is Rudd. The pitch, squares, fouls it off at the plate. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch was up. Probably would have been been a good pitch to take right there in that situation and get a 3-1 count. But instead, tried to get it down. And it's 2-2. Probably swinging away here. Now they're going to call an offensive timeout here. Meeting is over. Two the count, 1 away. Runners at second and third. The pitch. And there's a bloop out over second base. That's going to fall for a hit. And Hardy had to hold up to see if the ball was going to be caught. And now the throw gets by. They get it to the catcher. The second run comes in safely. And Smiths Station has tied the ball game. And now the runner's going to third, and he's going to make it in there safely. And all the way around to third base is Jacob Harris. He gets an RBI single. And that's going to have to be an error on the outfielder. I believe it was the right fielder that threw that one in. And then going around to third, first on a throw and then on the same error that scored the run is Jacob Harris. And so still with 1 out, the go-ahead run for Smiths Station is 90 feet away. And the top of the order and Hunter Whale up. Whale's 0 for 2 today. He's due. Stepping in there with a chance to drive home a run. Rudd delivers, and they had the suicide squeeze on there, and Whale couldn't get the bunt down. Harris broke from third, and all he had to do was get that one down in play, and they would have gone ahead 5-4, but he fouled that one off over into the net on the first base side, and it's 0-1. Rudd into the stretch. The 0-1 pitch off the outside corner, ball 1. Catcher pulled that one back. Fans didn't like that one. They said that's been a strike all day, and that's, in fact, not quite truthful. The 1-1 pitch off the plate outside again. 2 balls and a strike. Rudd kind of beefed up on both of those pitches, and I think he might have held on to them a little bit too long. Left them outside. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Pitch to Whale. Breaking pitch, a good one. Man, he had him all out in front right there. Completely fooled him. And he's ahead in the count. 2-2. Time called at the plate by Whale. Still only one out in the inning. The 2-2. Good job of defensive hitting right there by Hunter Whale. He wasn't going to leave that one up to the umpire. It was over the outer half of the plate, probably off the plate, but he couldn't take the chance with 2 strikes. Got a bat on it, fouled it off. And we'll do the 2-2 again. The delivery. Fly ball in the infield on the first base side. Second baseman calls for it and makes the catch. And they throw it home, and the catcher can't find it. He actually blocked it up. And that's the second out, and that'll bring up Kanan McDonald. McDonald has doubled, scored a run, and grounded out. He's 1 for 2 in the game. And he comes up with a chance to do damage here with something in a hole with 2 outs. First pitch to him. Popped up in the infield. Calling for it is the second baseman, and he makes the catch, and that'll do it. But 2 runs score here in the top of the 4th inning. It is Opelika 4, Smiths Station 4 as we go to the 5th here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia-Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
And welcome back in here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. I am Ricky Rogers stepping in for a brief moment while Mike Peacock takes a short break. We are in the top of the 5th inning. Smiths Station has come all the way back to tie this game down at 1 point by a score of 3-1 in the first inning. They tacked on a run in the bottom of the second and 2 in the last half inning. Playing great baseball, small ball, good base running, and taking advantage of a few miscues by the Opelika defense. That one skied foul to even the count at 1-1. Now, I apologize. I do not have rosters in hand to call these young men by their names, but Mike Peacock will be back momentarily to give you that information. 2 balls, 1 strike on the hitter. Mason Long still on the mound for the Panthers. That one dribbled to the shortstop. Shortstop can't come up with it. And that is going to be An error on the shortstop. And as promised, Mike Peacock is back from his quick break, and he is going to take over play calling for the rest of this inning.
So reaching on an error was Bryce Turnham. And at the plate is Caleb Peoples now, and he fouls that one back. So a runner at first with nobody out for Opelika here in the 5th inning. Mason Long still on the mound for Smiths Station. Eddie Martinez way in on the grass. Bunt is down, back to the pitcher. He's going to go to second for one. That's all they're going to get there. Nice play. Bunted it right back to Mason Long, and he calmly turned and threw to second base for the fielder's choice. And at first base now is Peoples. And that'll bring up Holsey. Holsey has flied to center field and popped up to first base in foul territory. He's 0 for 2 today from the number 9 spot in the order. And there's a good breaking pitch from Long for strike one. 4-4 is our score. New ball game. Smiths Station scratched across a couple of runs in the 4th. Fly ball, shallow center field. Center fielder Whale coming on. The right fielder, though, comes all the way over into right center field. And a really nice job by Jacob Harris there as he chases that one down for the out. Good play there for the second out, and that keeps the runner at first base for the top of the order and Cy Siggers. Siggers having a tough luck afternoon so far from the leadoff spot. He's 0 for 3. Throw over to first. He popped up to third in the first inning, flew out to left field in the second inning, and grounded to third base in the 3rd inning. And a good, nice pickoff attempt right there from Long. Little pop throw over, almost caught the runner leaning. And that is a courtesy runner, by the way. That is Cam Pilot. And that hits him. And so runners now at first and second. So Cy Siggers is aboard for the first time today by the hit by pitch. And that'll bring up Hank Hudson. Hudson has walked, reached on an error, and grounded out. He has scored 2 runs, and he has stolen 3 bases in the game. So despite not having a hit so far in the game, he is having a heck of a good afternoon otherwise. Long steps off. Pilot down at second. Siggers at first. Pitch to Hudson. Strike one on the outside corner. Off-speed pitch there. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another off-speed breaking ball right there, and Hudson was out front, and it's 0-2. Mason Long in the driver's seat now. He's got a lot of pitches to play with here at 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, up and away, runner goes, and he's going to be safe as Eddie Martinez tried to tag a little bit too quick there. The throw was going to be in time and probably would have had an out. But Martinez tried to slap the tag down just a little bit too quick. Now, the runner did not follow from first base to second base. So that's going to be a stolen base for Pilot. And it remains first and third now with 2 outs. A ball and 2 strikes. Long has the sign. The stretch and the 1-2. Fly ball, straight back, and it's going to get right over here behind us, out of play. And Hudson stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and third. We're in the top of the 5th inning here in Smiths Station. They're going to try to get something going here. Now they make him commit to the plate, and they're going to have him out. That is going to be a 1-4-2 caught stealing at the plate, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. They tried the early steal, and so that will end the inning in the 5th. No runs on, no hits. There was an error, and 1 runner left on base in the top of the 5th. It's 4-4. We'll be back here to Smiths Station for the bottom of the 5th in just a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Back here at Smiths Station, bottom of the 5th inning. Panthers and Bulldogs all tied up at 4. And leading off will be Evan Long. Long is 1 for 2 on the day. He had an RBI single back in the 1st inning and a fly out in the 3rd. Asher Rudd still on the mound for Opelika. Pitch fouled in foul territory. First baseman is going to get under it, and the wind plays with it a little bit, but he makes the catch. And quickly there's 1 out in the 5th, and that brings up Eddie Martinez. Martinez flew out deep center field his first at bat and singled back in the 3rd inning. Made it as far as 3rd base. But a little bit of a base running blunder behind him on a double by McGlawn ended that threat. So Martinez 1 for 2. First pitch to him. Popped up way back behind us, foul. No balls and a strike. The line in the pitch, ripped, and that's going to stay down. It just, that ate Hank Hudson up out there. It was hit hard with a lot of top spin on it. And I don't know if it hit the seam of the grass and dirt, but it just hugged the ground instead of coming up for Hudson, and kind of kicked a little bit back to Hudson's right, and he couldn't make the play. And we're going to have a pinch runner for Martinez. And that is going to be for Smiths Station. Chase Foxworth. We'll have to give that an error on that play. Tough error to give, but it was kind of right at him. And, of course, I'm not official, so I'm going off my old days as an official scorer. But whatever the home team gives them is what's official. And that'll bring up Hunter McGlawn. He doubled his last at bat, but he rounded second too far and ended up making the third out. And there's a big swing and a miss at a breaking pitch, or an off-speed pitch, I believe, from Asher Rudd, and it's 0-1. One out. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. Smiths Station has the go-ahead run at first base. Throw over to first. Back in time. Foxworth again, the pinch runner at first base. I'm sure Martinez will re-enter the game when they go back on defense. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. McGlawn a pair of big swings on those first two pitches. Now he's got to cut it down and get it in play here for the Panthers. The 0-2 pitch, way off the plate outside. The catcher even set up well into the right-handed hitter batter's box. And got to give Rudd credit. He hit his target there. Well off the plate. The 1-2. On the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The runner goes, and he's going to be in there safe. And they're going to call batter's interference there to end the inning. So they called batter interference there with one out. So, just to explain that play a little bit, the plate umpire said that the hitter interfered with the catcher throwing down, and that automatically made the runner trying to steal second base out on the play, and that ended the inning with nothing further. So we're going to go to the top of the sixth inning here at Smiths Station. It's 4-4 between the Bulldogs and the Panthers. We'll be back in a moment.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Back here at Smiths Station, top of the sixth inning. Opelika. Mason Long still on the mound for Smiths Station. And Hank Hudson back at the plate. He was at the plate when the failed double steal took place. He takes ball one. The 1-0 pitch. Just missed. 2 balls and a strike. No strikes, excuse me. The 2-0. Fly ball out to right field. It's curling toward the line. The right fielder's going to get it. I think just as he crossed into foul territory, and that's going to retire Hudson. And that'll bring up Jax Miller. Miller, pretty good day going. He's been on base all 3 times. 2 singles and a walk, a run scored, and an RBI for the designated hitter. First pitch to him. Breaking ball stays high for ball 1. The 1-0. Bouncing ball out to second base. McDonald fields, throws it over. And for the first time today, Jax Miller is retired. Still a good day for him, 3 for 4 so far with a run scored and an RBI. And that brings up Sawyer Rollins. Rollins reached on an error and was hit by a pitch in his first 2 plate appearances, struck out swinging back in the 4th. And now we're actually going to have a pinch hitter here. And another one of the, what I believe are offensive linemen on the football team. Another good-sized young man is going to stand in there. And that is Carson Riddle, who will pinch hit for Sawyer Rollins here. Takes ball 1. Tell you what, I would not want the grocery bill for some of these Opelika players. Well, for some of the Smiths Station players for that matter as well. Healthy young men. 2 balls, no strikes now. The pitch ripped to shortstop. And Evan Long cannot make that play. It's another error. He's coming into second base, and he's going to get there. Good hustle by Carson Riddle. And I could not see Evan Long, but I know that the ball went right through him at shortstop. That's going to be an error. And Riddle down at second base, and now going in to run at second base is going to be Whit Cooper. So 2 outs, runner at second base. And at the plate is Warner McDonald, I believe. That's still Warner McDonald. Go ahead, run in scoring position. Pitch up and away outside for ball 1. McDonald on the day has a double and a single, 2 RBIs, and was hit by a pitch. So he's been on base every time he's made a plate appearance. And they need him to do that again here if Opelika is to take the lead. Had a great opportunity this morning to hear former Auburn coach Gene Chizik speak at a breakfast over in Auburn. Also had a great opportunity to meet a couple of Auburn folks. Met Andy Burcham, the voice of the Tigers, talked to him for a few minutes. Met Will Herring, former player. Pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And also met Big Mike, the new Auburn chaplain, a former Auburn player who took the place of Chet Williams, his untimely death a couple of years ago. Really nice morning over there. The Edge Ministry put that breakfast on. And this one's fouled back over my head. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Mason Long trying to wriggle out of trouble again here in the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Fouled off again. That tied him up a little bit. He was lucky to get a bat on that one. Really good spot for a 1-2 pitch from Mason Long there. But a good job by Warner McDonald of fighting it off and staying alive. So we'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of 6th inning. All tied at 4. The 1-2 pitch. Defensively fouled off again. Warner good at bat going here, staying alive. A couple of really well-located pitches from Mason Long. And Warner McDonald's been able to stay alive, keep this at bat going. The pitch. Up. Good eye by Warner McDonald. It's 2-2. Speaking of good eyes, how about going to see our good friend, Dr. Griff Gordy, here in Phoenix City? One of the top eye doctors in the area. He's always been a great friend of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Tell him thank you. Former quarterback of the Central Red Devils, state championship quarterback, as a matter of fact. Swing and a miss, got him. And Warner McDonald retired for the first time today on the strikeout. And Mason Long has done it again, gotten out of trouble. So, in the inning, no runs on no hits. There was an error and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 4-4. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover these 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy and Gordy Eye Care, for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And then you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Back here at Smiths Station, and the fire starter for the Panthers is at the plate. Benton Hardy, he is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. He has gotten on as the leadoff hitter the last 2 times at the plate. And he's going to try to start something again, and he hits this one out to center field and deep, but the center fielder is going to track that one down, and for the first time, Benton Hardy's retired. Put a charge in it. But it's outrun out there by Warner McDonald. And that'll bring up Cohen Watkins. Watkins has been hit by a pitch and doubled. So a pretty good day for him as well. He has 1 run. No, I'm sorry. He does not have a run scored. He was cut down at the plate early in the game. Breaking pitch for strike 1. Asher Rudd still on the mound. I think I heard them say at the end of the last inning he was at 72 pitches. So a pretty efficient day for him. Another breaking pitch, and Watkins lays off that one. And the first base umpire, I don't think even knew that he asked. Now he gives the signal. 1-1. The pitch framed nicely by the catcher, just off the plate outside. 2 balls and a strike. Good looking pitch. Well located, but just out of the strike zone. It's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1. Fly ball toward foul territory. It is curving. It's going to be off the fence over there beyond the dugout. And it's 2-2. Really pretty sky lit up by the sunset. You can see on your screen there different colors in the clouds. We've had some nice sunsets lately. The 2-2 pitch off the plate outside, and it's a full count. Watkins looking to get something in a hole here and start a little rally for Smiths Station here in the 6th. The 3-2 pitch down and inside, and he gets on base with one out once again. Watkins gets aboard, finds a way. He doubled and was hit by a pitch, and now he's walked. He's officially 1 for 1 in the game. And now there's going to be a pinch runner over at first base. And that is going to be Caden Straker. And then Mason Long will stand in with one out. Long on the day is 0 for 2 with a run scored. He reached on a fielder's choice back in the 4th and came around to score when Smiths Station tied the game. Shows bunt there, takes ball 1 way outside. The 1-0 pitch, squares, gets the bunt down to the third base side, fielded by the third baseman, thrown out. And that's going to get the runner over.
Now batting, number 1, Jacob.
Sacrifice bunt there, and Jacob Harris comes to the plate. Runner at second base, and Harris they're going to call time here, an offensive timeout.
Now batting, number 1, Jacob Harris.
Harris will stand in. Harris, 1 for 2. Had a single back in the 4th. Takes strike 1. That was an RBI single, by the way. He got 1 RBI on that play. Rudd looks in, gets his signal. The 0-1 pitch off the plate outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Bounced up there. The runner goes, and he's going to get into third safely. He was running on the pitch. That's going to be a stolen base. So he didn't make a read on the ball in the dirt or anything like that. That was a stolen base all the way. And the go-ahead run 90 feet away now with a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rudd, the 2-2. Air ball's hit down the left field line. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Jacob Harris has come through again with a single and knocks in the go-ahead run. And it's 5-4, Smiths Station. And Hunter Whale will come up. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And he's, in my previous games here at Smiths Station, he's been the fire starter for them normally. But today it's been kind of Benton Hardy in this lower third of the order that has done the job. Runner goes from first. Throw down, not in time. Stolen base for Harris. And now an insurance run is out there in scoring position for Hunter Whale. And I didn't see. It was a called strike. So the 0-1 pitch, dribbled off the end of the bat, fielded by Rudd. He's going to underhand to first and got him. And that is it for Smiths Station in the 6th. But they do get the go-ahead run on an RBI single by Jacob Harris. We go to the top of the 7th inning. It is 5-4 Smiths Station. We'll be back in a moment on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Back here at Smiths Station, top of the 7th inning, 5-4 Panthers. All they need is 3 outs to complete a big win over Opelika here. But a tough part of the order for the Bulldogs coming up. Trey Stone will lead it off. Mason Long still on the mound for the Panthers. First pitch up and away for ball 1. And folks, don't forget about the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. It is airing right now. It has just started. Guests on tonight's episode, Mike Frost, and jack of all trades, Dana Barber. He's a meteorologist, he is an arena announcer, and he's a heck of a good football official. And he is a guest tonight along with Damian Daniels as well. So join Thrift Behringer for the Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. That ball is up for ball 3, and it's 3-0 now to Trey Stone. Long going to have to come back here. He does not want to give them a free base runner with that 1-run lead. The 3-0 pitch. Strike 1. On the outside corner at the knees. He'd like to make 2 more copies of that pitch. It was in a great location. Strike 2 on the inside corner. Taking all the way, looked like that time was Trey Stone, and he's got a 3-2 count now. Long's done a whale of a job since coming on in the first inning. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. And that'll bring up Bryce Turnham. Turnham had a walk, reached on an error, and popped out in the game. He's 0 for 2. And he stands in. Opelika looking for base runners. Mason Long looking for outs here. Fouls that one off into the screen on the right side, and it's 0-1. We'll have the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game at the end of the game tonight. That ball's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Opelika scored all of their runs in the first 2 innings, 3 in the first, 1 in the second. There's a soft fly ball, shallow right field, and the right fielder's going to have it, and there's 2 away. Smiths Station 1 out away from a big win here. And coming to the plate is Caleb Peoples. Peoples on the day walked, grounded out to third, and reached on a fielder's choice. First pitch down low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1, breaking pitch. Squeezed that one, it broke and bounced about the front part of the plate. Kind of caught the catcher in the shoulder a little bit there, I believe. He's trying to shake that one off, maybe up in the bicep on his throwing arm. But it did not catch padding, I'll put it that way. 2 balls and a strike. Umpire doing a good job cleaning the plate, manicuring it up a little bit, giving the catcher a little extra time to get over the sting of that. Got right under his little shoulder pad on his right shoulder there, and that's painful. The 2-1 pitch off the plate outside, 3 balls and a strike. Again, they don't want to give him a free base runner here. So Long, the 3-1 pitch. Fly ball out to right field. That is going to be caught! What a play out in right field to end the ball game. A diving catch out there by Jacob Harris. Heck of a play. Diving catch. And the Opelika coaches are arguing that the ball popped out of his glove. I didn't see it pop out. I thought it was a heck of a good play. But that is going to end the ball game. And Smiths Station is going to take the win, and that's going to be a big highlight right there. Big star by that one. And that'll be, if we have a play of the game, that's going to be the play of the game. But as we said, we're going to name the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the game tonight, and that has got to be Mason Long for Smiths Station. The pitcher started the game in right field, came in the first inning after 3 runs were scored, and did a whale of a job the rest of the way, limiting Opelika to just 1 unearned run in the second inning, and just finished it out. Yeoman's effort for Mason Long. And what a way for it to end. A diving catch for Jacob Harris out in right field. That ball was tailing toward the line. He ran it down and laid out full vertical, or full horizontal, excuse me, and gloved it. And Opelika arguing that the ball popped out. I didn't see it, Ricky. I thought it was just a heck of a good play, and we're going to leave it at that. We're not going to get in on that argument. But anyway, a great game here at Smiths Station this afternoon, and the Panthers come away with the big 5-4 win over their rivals from Opelika. Well, folks, we've enjoyed bringing this one to you as usual. Make sure you frequent our sponsors. Tell them thank you for what they do for high school sports in the Chattahoochee Valley region. For Ricky Rogers, I'm Mike Peacock, and we're going to close this one out. A 5-4 win for Smiths Station. And we'll see you next time here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.